Welcome to NextGen Timber, where raw waste meets modern machine intelligence and brutal industrial force turns chaos into usable material. Here, crushers, shredders, balers, shears, and recycling systems do not just destroy, they transform. If you enjoy next-generation timber tech, this is where horsepower meets pressure, steel meets resistance, and waste stops being waste. Every machine in this lineup has one clear purpose. Take the mess, control it, reduce it, and send it back into the system cleaner, denser, and more useful than before. A motorcycle gets the same treatment almost instantly. One moment it exists as a complete machine, the next it is. The Mike Simmons crusher starts the show with no hesitation. A full-size van rolls in, and within seconds, the machine turns it into a crushed shell. Panels fold, metal bends, and the entire vehicle disappears under raw hydraulic force. It looks brutal, but this is not just destruction for views. In Bradford Council's fight against fly tipping, abandoned vehicles are not left sitting around forever. Once identified, the crusher arrives, and the problem is removed for good. Then the process moves from vehicles to plastic. Oversized PVC pipes look awkward and difficult to handle until the WEMA WLK 1500 takes over. Long sections slide into the machine, blades bite down, and stubborn plastic becomes manageable chopped material. What looked like bulky waste becomes a clean processing stream. Then the CPS 630 baling press steps in like a giant organizer for scrap chaos. Loose metal, car bodies, bulky piles, it compresses everything into dense, clean bales ready for transport and recycling. With output reaching up to 45 tons per hour, this is not just strength. This is strength turned into logistics. Next, the GreenTech LS2 shredder teams up with the Terex EcoTech TTS 620T. Stumps, logs, contaminated green waste, and rough organic material enter the line, and the system breaks it down with rhythm and control. Then come the appliances. Refrigerators, washing machines, bulky white goods, all of them meet the Slayer XL. Its dual-shaft, low-speed shredding system bites into large scrap appliances and pulls them apart piece by piece. Old household machines become raw recyclable material, and the process looks almost too easy. Then the Blue Devil GF4000 twin-shaft shredder takes over. The sound alone tells you what kind of machine this is. Motors humming, shafts pulling, material cracking under pressure. It is violent, but not messy. Every movement has a purpose. Heavy processing can be brutal and precise at the same time. That is the real logic of a shredding plant. Material enters bulky, mixed, and difficult to manage. It leaves reduced, sorted, and ready for the next stage. Industrial processing turns disorder into value. If this is the kind of machine power you click for, subscribe to NextGen Timber now. We focus on the machines behind modern recycling, material recovery, timber processing, demolition, and industrial transformation, the kind of technology most people never get to see up close. On the ferrous side, the Bono Primax shows why scrap metal shredding matters. It does not simply break material apart. It converts difficult metal waste into a form the recycling chain can handle efficiently. Big throughput only matters when the output is useful. Then the focus shifts to demolition safety. Silo demolition is not only about cutting down a structure, it is about controlling the collapse, protecting everyone around the site, and making sure the job ends cleanly instead of becoming a disaster. Even snow becomes part of the test. Industrial shredders and processing machines do not get to pause just because the season changes. If they are built correctly, they keep working through cold, ice, and difficult conditions. Rock crushing enters next. An 8-ton-per-hour jaw crusher breaks stone with steady controlled power, turning rough rock into usable material. It is simple, mechanical, and satisfying raw resistance reduced into clean output. Then a 50-ton cat digger makes car crushing even more aggressive. It grabs, presses, and flattens vehicles with direct force. Some machines shred, some cut. This one simply overpowers. The Seba Light Track 5030 brings a different rhythm. Rock crunches beneath the machine, the engine runs steadily, and the whole operation feels like industrial sound design made from dust, torque, and pressure.
So good.
Green waste returns with the TBG 630, powered by a 661 horsepower Scania V8. Branches, leaves, organic waste it processes more than 120 tons per hour. That is not landscaping. That is industrial-scale material recovery. Then the RDN 7-ton scrap shears show their purpose in blast furnace dismantling. Thick metal that would stop smaller tools gets sliced apart with controlled force. This is where cutting precision and demolition power meet. And every shredded piece of wood, every reduced waste load, every processed batch pushes material recovery forward. These machines keep waste streams from being dumped and forgotten. They turn bulk into usable resources. The stone crusher on the Marmolada outcrop keeps shaping rough ground into something functional. Every bite into the rock changes the terrain. Industrial machinery is not only removing material, it is rebuilding the path forward. Then comes the sound again. Engines rumbling, blades striking, steel folding, car bodies snapping. That is part of why this kind of footage works. You do not just watch the power, you hear it. That is NextGen Timber, crushers, balers, shears, shredders, glass processors, tire lines, appliance systems, green waste plants, rock crushers, and next-generation recycling machines turning chaos into clean output. Subscribe now for more industrial power, timber technology, recycling systems, and machines that crush, slice, shred, and rebuild the future one job at a time.